Hello everyone, my name is Lord Bailey and welcome to my Let's Play of The Witcher Adventures. Just a couple of things I want to say before we jump into the game. I have never played any of the adventures. I have finished the main quest multiple times, but I somehow never got myself to play those short stories, probably because the main quest is so long. Anytime I finished that, I was too tired to actually go to the adventures. So it is going to be a blind let's play. I don't know what to do, I don't know what to expect, I don't know the quests. So that's one thing. Another thing is, if that's my first video on my channel that you've actually seen, then welcome first of all, and secondly I just want you to know I am trying to be quite thorough about everything, so it's gonna be a slow-paced let's play. Also, I will not rush anything, I will take my time to immerse myself probably more in the story than anything else, because I actually suck at combat. So if you come here to watch a brilliant combat skills on the most difficult setting, that's not me. But if you want to just have quite nice time going through those additional contents for The Witcher, then I'm glad you've joined me. So let's go for new adventures. And there's quite a few of them actually. I know that two of them, I think it was Side Effect and Price of Neutrality. They should have a full voiceover, both of them. I'm not quite sure about the other ones. So let's start with the Price of Neutrality, because that's the one I know was done by CDPR, so by the original developer. And then once I'm done with that, if I like the idea of let's playing the game, I might go and do some other ones. So before we start, let's read this. The famed White Wolf, Geralt of Rivia, returns to the winter to Kaer Morhen, the Witcher's fortress that lies hidden amidst the Blue Mountains. He finds that uninvited guests arrived before him, bringing trouble with them. Becoming entangled in their conflict, Geralt must choose between greater and lesser evil. Decide if he is willing to pay the price for preserving his neutrality. Sounds... I mean, just the name Price of Neutrality is actually a name of one of the short stories that the game is based on. Well, maybe not based on, but the world of the game is based on, the Witcher universe is based on. So, just the description sounds a bit familiar. I mean, maybe not the setting, but definitely the choice between lesser and greater evil. That sounds like something I'd know from the book, but I'm not quite sure whether that's really the case. So let's move to the adventure itself. I've just finished the main quest on the hard difficulty and it was challenging enough, I would say, but on the other hand I've also heard that the difficulty for those extra contents is a bit higher than for the original game. So let's go with this one, but then I reserve a right to just change the difficulty as we go. I've tried to double click and I actually accidentally just chose a setting for the keyboard, but that's what I want anyway. In.
Master Dandelion, you promised us a ballad.
Yes, yes, of battles and brave
Of
warriors.
sorceresses and magic.
Of unrequited love.
Silence, brats! You've not been in this world for long, so 'tis no surprise your heads are hollow. This is Dandelion, friend and companion of Geralt of Rivia. Who might he sing of, if not of the famed Witcher?
Right you are, honorable dwarf. I shall sing a fresh new ballad about White Wolf. Our story begins long before the Great War, decades before Geralt ever dreamed he would be famous. Its title, Bitter Evil Hearts. In the fall of 1232, the Witcher decided to return early to Kaer Morhen, fearing the quick advent of winter.
Okay, so we're going back to Kaer Morhen, and the events take place well before anything in the game.
The Witcher was angry. The final stretch through northern Kedwen was usually calm, but not this time. He was twice ambushed by bandits. Then one night, wolves attacked and killed his horse. He had grown accustomed to the kindly gray mare he had traditionally christened Roach. To make matters worse, at the foot of Kaer Morhen, he encountered a camp. Like all witchers, he believed the fingers of one hand would suffice to count the people who knew the way to the witcher's fortress. Visitors were a sign of trouble.
Alright then, obviously the game has crashed when loading this area, so I had to restart it. I hope it's gonna be okay now. We've got some talents to spend, 59 bronze ones and 7 silver ones. So I would say definitely go in Igni, because that's quite overpowered. I don't really use that much, so let's just see how many bronze talents I'll still have when I'm done with this. Definitely for damage, and definitely I can't do a lot without upgrading intelligence, was it? Unlocks level 2 of science. Unlocks level 3 and extra intensity, 10%, why not? Enables identification of herbs, definitely, because I will need to gather herbs and gather ingredients from monsters. Stamina, why not? I won't really be getting drunk, hopefully. And stamina on level 2, I don't need to use Places of Power twice, so I'll just leave that. Poison resistance, 50%. And endurance regeneration, I'll take both. Dexterity, of course, level 1, and then level 2. Deflecting arrows, that's actually pretty useful. Parry plus 10%, why not? And fist fights, I'll just leave it for now. Level 1 here, immune to pain, damage, dodge, parry, why not? Level 2, parry, vitality regen, of course. Now, I was talking about Igni, right? So sign intensity, damage plus 20%, chance of incinerating opponents, I'll happily take that. 38, hopefully that's enough to take everything for the sword damages. Only when Geralt has less than 15% vitality. I don't plan on having less than 15% vitality, I'll leave it for now. Pain plus 15%, why not? Damage less than 25% vitality, not really, again I don't plan on going that low. But if I'll have talents left, I'll obviously do that. Precise hit, damage, and then knockdown plus 20, why not? That's bleeding, that's extra damage, and that's damage plus 40 only when opponent is affected by incineration. And because I am using Igni quite a lot, I'll definitely go for that. Extra pain, extra damage, only works only when enemy is affected by blinding. I won't be using that probably. Pain, damage, and knockdown again. Happily take that. I've got 2 points left. Shall we go for Quen? There's nothing here anymore that I want, so I might as well go into Quen. That's fire resistance. I actually rather have a bit more damage absorption. Now Igni, 7 talents here. Damage depends on intensity, chances of incineration raised, and chance of causing fear. Well, that's really helpful, so I'll definitely take that. Let's go 1 higher in all of these, because they add to my, like, sign intensity, strength, health and all that. I've got one more left. Should I just go for higher? Yeah, I'll choose this one. I'll choose Igni level 4. And that's more or less it. So, oh, do I just close? Or how do I apply the changes? I hope it's not gonna discard all the changes. Alright then, and we are approaching Kaer Morhen. Let me just make sure I remember how you take the swords out, because I've played Witcher 2 in the meantime, and obviously it is quite different. I will be using a quick save quite a lot, because I like to save my game every now and again. Let's hide this, we don't need that for now. I will also be using walking a bit, because it just looks better. And what the heck have we got here?
Perhaps we should return to Kaer Morhen. I have no desire to perish in this wilderness forsaken by the gods.
Silence, Merwin. They are but wolves.
Wolves that fearlessly attack an encampment thick with campfires. I ask your forgiveness, mistress, but these are but wolves, like I am but an elven showgirl.
Did anyone ask for your opinion, Mr. Brings? No? Then start doing what you are being paid for, and keep your hopelessly cowardly opinions to yourself. We would all be safe if your boys manned their stations, instead of constantly playing dice while bathing in drink. Now take away this corpse before its stench fills my tent.
Can I ask what happened? Wolves killed the boy. Nothing unusual about it happening in a camp. It's commonly known that wolves, the cursed beasts, love flames so much that they bathe in them if they could.
Enough, Brings. Who are you, sir?
Geralt of Rivia, Witcher.
Prince Merwin Ademeyn of Ard Caraig. Kind of you to visit, finally. We've been awaiting your response all day.
Response regarding...
I'll explain. I'm Sabrina Glevissig, sorceress. Come see me at my tent. Merwin, I assume you won't mind my handling this matter?
No, though I will want to know what you agree.
It'll have to wait, whatever it is. Wolves approach.
Oh, a fight. I can't remember which sword is to be used against wolves, so I'll just have to go for any. Anything left? Oh, there's one there. Well, it hit me a couple of times. As you can probably see, those wounds that I've got on me at the moment, and that all the dwarves have, they usually wouldn't show up in the main version and in the original version, but I am using something called Flash Mode, and it adds a couple of things, a couple of minor tweaks, and that's one of them. During the cutscene I have heard an echo coming through my speakers. I'm not quite sure if it's gonna show up on the video or not. If it does, then I do apologize. I'll try to get it fixed by the next episode. If it doesn't show up, then I'll just live with it, because it's not too bad. Sabrina Glevissig, yeah, those of you who have played Witcher 2 probably know her, or at least something about her. But she did not show up in The Witcher 1, so I'm wondering what is she doing here. Let's go and talk to... mutilated corpse. If we're here, let's go and talk to Merwin first, and then maybe we'll play some dice with the dwarves, because they apparently play it.
So, you finally decided to approach me. Good. Are you able to read?
I am.
Then read this scroll.
To my barons, vassals, and all free subjects.
Go on, go on.
Let it be known far, wide, and by all, that I hereby declare Merwin of Kaer Morhen to be our loyal and trusted servant, and to be loved by us, thus rendering all who cause him grief liable to incur our royal wrath. Henselt, King of Kedwin.
Good enough. Understood?
Indeed, though grief is spelled differently.
I see you are quick. So you accept that if the Witchers wish to travel freely and unmolested about Kaedwen, they should not cause me grief, no matter how the term is spelt.
You don't seem like anyone's causing you grief.
Not yet, no. But that may change, and my patience has its limits.
I wanted to ask you something.
Yeah, this letter that we've just read, it's very similar to something from one of the books, but I'm not gonna go into it right now. Yeah, what brings you to Kaer Morhen?
May I ask what brings you to Kaer Morhen, sir?
My sister, Deirdre. She is my elder, and in Kaedwen, the eldest offspring inherits all titles and estates, no matter the gender. My father, Prince of Cairngorm, may he rest in peace, passed on 2 weeks ago, a victim of syphilis.
So Deirdre is now Princess of Cairngorm?
She would be, if not for the curse that holds her. Anyone aspiring to the throne of Cairngorm must fulfill 2 additional conditions. Cairngorm is a vassal state of Kaedwen. For decades, the princes of the north have bowed before the throne at Ard Caraig, a throne currently occupied by King Henselt, who has made his opinion on the issue of cursed princesses very clear.
I think I get it. And the second condition?
Do you know Cairngorm's history, Witcher?
Not well.
We have this custom whereby any aspiring ruler, prior to assuming the throne, must spend a day amongst the duchy's simple folk, execute a series of menial tasks, and pray in the Temple of Freya in the evening.
Sounds reasonable.
The problem is my sister has displeased the simple folk in the past, and though she most probably could bribe a few prominents, the priestesses of Freya will never accept her.
I see.
I should be clear about this. I wish Deirdre to relinquish all claims to her title as princess and to assist Miss Glevissig, for her own good.
For her own good. That's interesting.
Can I ask a personal question?
You may.
What's your connection to Sabrina Glevissig?
Mutual respect.
That's evident enough. Take care.
Okay, so we found out quite a lot, and we've got journal entries.
A den of changelings.
Just to make sure that we know what we're doing, I'm gonna go into journal and I'm gonna read up on the characters. Merwin Ademeyn admits that he has the firstborn, admits that as the firstborn child, Deirdre is legally entitled to inherit all titles and estates from her father. However, he simultaneously claims that she has lost the right and certainly should not rule, given that she is a cruel changeling. Oh, she's a changeling, alright. Okay. Henselt. That's not what he looks like. Known to be excessively greedy and hot-headed, Henselt is the king of Kaedwen, a powerful and expansive land in the north. He in no way resembles the classic image of king. He is bearded as a robber and has small, penetrating, wandering eyes. Henselt feuds with his neighbors over borders, titles and protectorates. He is also known for his intense hatred for non-humans. And Merwin, Prince Merwin, is a royal courier and resides in Ard Caraig. He has pursued his sister Deirdre all the way to the Kaer Morhen, considering her a dangerous mutant affected by the curse of the Black Sun. He wishes to force Deirdre to relinquish her claim to the estate and titles she inherited from her father, so obviously they can go to him. Ademeyn worships the deity Krev and is considered a pious man. He is also a famous hunter, sharing his passion with Sabrina Glevissig. This may be why the nobleman and the sorceress understand each other so well. Okay, I've got something, so I'm guessing that the lass is hiding somewhere in Kaer Morhen, that's why they're camping here. A scout.
Have a minute? I wanted to talk.
So speak.
How did you find the way to Kaer Morhen?
Do you fear for the castle's safety? Unnecessarily. I have no intention of divulging the road to the legendary Kaer Morhen.
Thank you.
I am not new to the mountains, Witcher. The road to Kaer Morhen is winding and steep, but I know how to navigate in mountains. for I was raised in these hills.
Are you from Dol Blathana?
Close, but not quite. I fought at Dol Blathana, but hail from elsewhere. The Blue Mountains, as you call them, are my home.
You're a free elf.
Yes, I am a free Ansaid, and no commander, no order can change that.
See you.
The interesting thing that I've noticed is that when he spoke of Kaer Morhen, it was spelled differently, so I'm guessing, if I remember correctly, Kaer Morhen was built on elven ruins, so that might be why when he said about it, it was just spelled in weird elvish way. Before we go into the tent, I can't see the entrance anyway. Oh, there it is. Before we go into a tent, let's go and see if those dwarves actually do play dice, because I'm kind of an addict for that.
Tough job.
Mercenary. Let's ask them. Okay, fair enough. More mercenaries. Dwarven mercenary.
What is it you want, Witcher?
I want to play dice.
Ah, humans. Always creating problems for yourselves.
We probably do, but I'm not a human, to be honest. A peasant.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. Dwarven mercenary, and cook. Maybe cook knows how to play dice.
What?
Of course he does. I'm not gonna call the meal a stench before I play dice with him. And we can play for serious money. Let's go for 110. Not well enough. Just a pair of 3s, and he's got 3 2s, but on the other hand I need only one more 3 and I'll actually beat him if he won't roll another 2. So let's do 1, 2, 3 and hope for a 3. Nope, not good enough. Lost a battle, not necessarily yet lost a war. I'll give you this one. A couple of 1s, a couple of 2s. Okay, we could go for a full. That doesn't matter. Oh, but if I don't roll one of those, I'll be in trouble. Let's try anyway. Oh man. Okay, he's good. He's good, I wanna play again.
What?
Some dice, please. A couple of 6s, okay, that's not too bad. What did I say? I'm sorry. I think he's really good. And I've lost again. Okay. I'm gonna lose all my money here. I shouldn't have played for the highest stake again. Although we might at least win this one. We might actually go for 5 of a kind, which would be quite nice. Nearly. But I don't think he can beat me now. And he doesn't. Okay. One more round. And we might just make it. 3 2s, that's not too bad. And he's got 3 4s. Damn it. Let's just go for another 2 and hope for it. I think I won! Yeah! Okay, that actually felt good. Should we have a look at what he's selling as well? I don't have that much money. But I might just have a peek so I know what he's got in store.
What?
In case I need something. Some food, some oh, Dwarven Spirit. Wyvern Blood Spirit, okay. Actually, I might buy them because I'll need them for potions. Or should I just wait with it? I'll buy some. I'll buy 5 of those and then we'll see how it goes. And finally we might go and have a look into the tent after we're done looting this. I think that was the entrance, wasn't it? A tent of... Oh wow! That's a tent, alright?
Welcome to Mistress Sabrina's tent.
A tent.
In case you're wondering, this is an illusion.
Everything?
Yes, but my dear Witcher, it's an illusion of rare quality. In fact, it barely differs from reality.
No matter.
Suit yourself. I assume you're returning to Kaer Morhen for the winter.
You assume correctly. Enough of the small talk. We have important things to discuss.
Thank you for your help with the wolves.
No problem.
You've heard of the curse of the Black Sun, Witcher?
The curse of the mad mage Eltebald. I believe he started the whole mess that led to several dozen nobly born women being murdered or imprisoned in towers.
Eltebald was no madman, and there is no doubt that women were not entirely normal.
Madness, normality, it's prattle steeped in relativity. Tell me something specific.
Autopsies were performed. The mutations witches undergo are but a minor clinical operation compared to those caused by the curse of the Black Sun. The skulls and spines of these girls contained red sponge of some kind. Their internal organs were in disarray, some missing altogether. Everything covered in moving cilia and pink and blue meat scraps. What say you to that?
Nothing. I've seen humans with eagle talons instead of hands, with wolf fangs and eyes, people with additional joints, all products of mages fumbling with magic. It's no proof of a curse. We digress. Why are you here?
A girl affected by the curse of the Black Sun is inside Kaer Morhen. Princess Deirdre Ademeyn, elder sister of Merwin.
What do I have to do with this?
Don't play the fool. That girl is a serious threat to you. Surrender her to me and no one will get hurt.
I'll think about it.
Sabrina, I wish to have a word with you.
Naturally, Merwin, but not now. I have several matters to discuss with Geralt of Rivia.
Is there anything I should know?
Don't fret. We will confer later.
In that case, I shall take my leave.
Well, first of all, I just need to say that it looks quite good. I mean, it's impressive. Secondly, the whole plot, it resembles one of the short stories about The Witcher. I'm not quite sure how much of actual resemblance there's gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be exactly the same, or by far it's not exactly the same at the moment. But there are a couple of things that are very, very similar, so I'll just try to play it with all the knowledge I've got in the game and by the game. I will not adhere to any knowledge from the books, at least not in plot related cases. We've got a young boy and Sabrina. Let's ask the young boy if he's alright.
Your beauty is unrivaled in this world. I burn with love for you.
I think that's to Sabrina, not to me. Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. So, have you got anything else to say?
Witcher?
Quite a lot, actually, okay. Well, I didn't hear anything to convince me that the girl is cursed.
I've heard nothing to convince me that the girl is cursed. What proof can you offer?
Quite a bit. All the girls born soon after the eclipse were discovered to be inclined towards cruelty, aggressive, prone to attacks of wrath and wildness.
Well, yeah, I mean, it does sound like...
Sounds like quite a few women I know.
Spare me the sarcasm. That is not all. The girls who were not cared for by mages showed exactly what they were capable of relatively quickly. They drowned entire lands in blood, ordering those captured to be tortured, executed.
Enough, Sabrina. If a curse could be used to explain the cruelty of all rulers, the world would be both simple and beautiful. Have anything specific or not?
I do. Hear me out and try not to interrupt. A magical aura surrounds Deirdre.
From what I know, most people have an aura.
You're interrupting. This is no normal aura. In her presence, the magic energy we draw on to cast spells dissipates. More precisely, it is converted into its original form, one of the elements. Simply put, it is impossible to use magic around her. I need not mention that this also applies to your witch's signs.
I see now why you need all those mercenaries.
In addition, she has an understanding with animals.
Druids have been taming...
Their magic does not turn animals into bloodthirsty beasts stripped of basic instincts. You have seen the wolves. They fear nothing, pay no heed to fire, pain, they merely want to kill.
Well, that's fair enough, but we haven't got any proof that that's actually her fault or that she sent those wolves. So I'm not buying into that. And obviously she is a threat just because you can't use magic around her. I mean, Sabrina's a mage, so that's not a very convenient thing.
Have you spoken to the other witchers? Who is at the castle?
Merwin spoke to 2 of them. There may be more, I don't know. Merwin was not let inside.
That shouldn't be surprising. We don't generally like guests.
Like it or not, we are special guests. Merwin carries a letter of safe conduct from King Henselt. Read it, and tell the other witches to prepare for a visit.
Yeah, I've read it already, thank you. It wasn't interesting at all.
What do you aim to do with Deirdre?
See if the curse can be removed. Study it, and finally and ultimately conclude the matter of the curse of the Black Sun. Contrary to what you believe, I intend to make her an offer. If she can find the will to aid me, it will only ease things for all of us.
And if she doesn't agree to help?
I shall force her. Yes, Geralt, for the greater good, I will bow at nothing. For I stand to save hundreds, perhaps thousands. You may not believe me, but there are more women of this kind. Many rule entire lands with a cruel hand. I am to report to the Council of Mages, the first trustworthy report, containing specific results. I must examine the girl, and that is precisely what I will do. Nothing and no one will stop me.
Yeah, I don't quite like this attitude. I will do everything for my goal. That just doesn't sound well.
Sure about that?
Don't threaten me, Witcher. All of Kedwin's might stands behind me. King Henselt is eating out of my hand. You wouldn't dare.
We'll see.
Witcher?
You must be bored out here.
Well, in truth, the valley provides little in the way of diversion for the civilized, and my illusory boy is no longer as entertaining as he used to be.
Yeah, maybe it's time to go then.
Or maybe it's time to go then. I'm sure there's no lack of entertainment for the civilized at the court of King Henselt.
Don't count on it, Witcher. I will not give up so easily.
It was worth a try.
It was,
Witcher?
yeah. Alright, what have you got to sell? Ooh, that's actually a good upgrade. I might buy the 2 of those. I'll have both, thank you. So, we are heavily involved in the story here. We'll probably go to Kaer Morhen now and try speaking to the girl, see what she's got to say. Obviously, I quite understand Sabrina's point of view. Maybe not. It's not the case that what she tells me is accurate and true and all that, because the reasons she's doing that for are a bit misty to me. I mean, she says that she's got thousands of lives on the line and that she will study her and all that, but at the end of the day, a girl around whom you can't use magic and who will be a ruler at some point, who will be a queen, is a threat to mages. So that might be her actual input here. I will go to Kaer Morhen now. I will see what the Witchers say, but that's it for now, that's it for today. Thank you very much for watching this episode. I will be looking at uploading one at least every other day, so if you're interested, stay tuned for that, and if you like this episode, please let me know this way or another, and come around to watch the next one. Thank you very much, and see you soon.